check back in with Hyde-Smith. This is Cindy Hyde-Smith. Now,
real quick, you guys know where to send this, just by the way, to the audience.
What's that?
If you're going to get a Trumpy bear, I mean, you know what to do.
So yesterday, we recounted how Cindy Hyde-Smith was at an event she is a candidate running in a runoff against Mike Espy. And this is, where is it? In Mississippi. And she was at an event with a rancher. She said, I like this guy so much, I would sit in the front row. He could invite me and I'd sit in the front row of a hanging. Here she is saying this to her constituents.
I would fight a circle song for him if he invited me to a public hanging. I'd be on the front row.
Yeah, if he invited me to a public hanging, I'd be in the front row. And of course, one could only imagine who the public hanging would be. Maybe she was talking about like if he was to have invited me to the Nuremberg trials. I would have been in the front row.
A lot of ambiguity in the meaning there.
So, but of course, we gave her some grief. I mean, obviously, people get used to using idioms. They say them in contexts, and then later they have the opportunity to apologize when they realize that idiom might be offensive, or at the very least could be taken in a very offensive way, seeing as how she was running against an African American in the Deep South. So let's give her, Cindy Hyde-Smith, an opportunity to get up and apologize. Yesterday we played some dumb, sort of joke where we said, oh, here's the clip of her apologizing, and then crickets, and yeah. All right, well, it's time to grow up, folks. Here again, Cindy Hyde-Smith running for the U.S. Senate, and here is her apology.
Put out a statement yesterday, and we stand by that statement.
Could you expand on it then, why you said it, what you meant by it, and why people in the state should not see it as offensive?
We put out the statement yesterday, and it's available, and we stand by that statement.
Senator, are you familiar with Mississippi's history of lynchings?
I put out a statement yesterday, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Governor
You
Phil
mentioned
Bryant.
that it shouldn't be viewed with a negative connotation. Could you at least explain
I put out a
how
statement
it could be
yesterday, and we stand by the statement, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Is that phrasing in your everyday lingo, in your vocabulary? Do you use that
I put out a
phrase?
statement yesterday.
Governor, you
Stand by the
appointed
statement.
her as a United States Senator. You have a huge black population that are looking for answers on why she used that kind of language. And you have worked to try to make it known that Mississippi no longer has that past. When you're hearing her say, I put out a statement yesterday, and that's all I have to say
I
about
think
it.
she
What do you
is,
say?
she's certainly addressing the fact that she has put out a statement. I can tell you all of us in public life have said things on occasion that we could have phrased better. When you make as many speeches as we do in public life, that does occur. But I know this woman and I know her heart. I knew it when I appointed her, I know it now. She meant no offense by that statement. There was nothing in her heart of ill will. Now, in a political campaign, people can make anything you say what they want it to say. They can spin it. They can go on social media and accuse you of all sorts of things.
Governor,
She feels certain that, I believe, I won't speak for her, but that her statement spoke to it. Absolutely, we have been sensitive to race relations in this state. I brought the President of the United States here to open the Civil Rights Museum.
Oh, wow.
Had African American leadership that would fail to even come to the event because the President of the United States was there. Today I talked about the genocide of over 20 million African American children. You see, in my heart, I am confused about where the outrage is at about 20 million African American children that have been aborted. No one wants to say anything about that.
Yeah, so there you have it. I mean, that is a really heartfelt statement that she made, which was to refer to my statement. And Matt, do you have the statement there for us to refer to? Because this is heartfelt stuff. Folks, if you're one of those people who get teary-eyed, I would get your hanky out.
statement. In a comment on November 2nd, I referred to accepting an invitation to a speaking engagement. In referencing the one who invited me, I used an exaggerated expression of regard, and any attempt to turn this into a negative connotation is ridiculous.
That is so sweet and so heartfelt. And of course, as you know, that is her statement. So that is
and they are
so special.
As someone just pointed out to me, there's a little visual cue here, which is interesting.
Oh, it's nice they're standing in front of, what is that?
They're standing in front of a rebel flag while all this is happening.
Is that the rebel
There it
flag,
is.
or is that the Mississippi flag?
It has the Mississippi
flag that has a little
includes the-
Confederate thing in the middle there.
Huh.
Look, here's what happens here, and this is what I think. This is part of the reason why Trump won. Nobody's giving them credit for not having a noose up on that wall, right? It's all, everybody just ignores that like it's not, but nobody's giving them any credit for that.
That turned into a bitch fest about black ministers and community leaders not showing up for a Trump event.
Right, exactly.
Everybody should just take that into consideration.
That's pretty
That's
amazing progression.
Exactly
there.
how
After
that happened.
The governor
she
comes
means
in
to be glib about lynchings.
Also, social media, you can take things anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, when you
Yeah.
talk about public hangings, social media, that you think what they can do with that kind of language.
I also wasn't aware you could
Maybe
spit on these
if
people.
black leadership did not disrespect our white leader, maybe none of this would be a problem. So
Exactly.
That's a major part of these people's brand, is refusing to apologize for culturally insensitive language. So they absolutely never would. I also like how they pivot from refusing to apologize for one kind of oppression to promoting another kind of oppression, aka, not letting people get abortions.
there you go.
Whoa.
Look,
That's the devil news. White news. White news. We call it the white news.
I like this guy so much. I'd be. You could invite me to an abortion. I'd be front row.
Call it bacon news.
There you go.
Yeah, might as well call it swine news. Yeah, that's the fake news. Nope, sit down.
Calling from a